Hello, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw the Falcon from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, placement is where I'm trying to figure out where it should go. Because I got a good sketch. I did a nice thumbnail that I was very happy with, and so I like where it's going. I just got to get it there, right? So yeah. So the show started. I wanted to post this last Friday, but nothing had shown, right? So I didn't know where, and I still don't know where. I have no good images, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I still don't have the best image in the world, but I've got enough to at least, like, guess at, you know? Plus, there are some spoilers floating around out there, like... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, because if you've seen the first episode, spoiler alert, if you've seen the first episode, you know that he is not Captain America, right? But that was the whole mystery is he going to be Captain America? What's going to happen? That kind of thing. And so there has been speculation and what do you call it? I guess photoshopped images to make him look like Captain America. So when I'm researching and I don't have the entire show yet, you know, no real photos and stuff like that, that stuff pops up. And so I don't know whether it's real or whether it's like I said, whether it's photoshopped, and I don't know what to draw yet. Because also, let's say, what if I decided to, or like now, no, perfect example, like now, I'm drawing him in a costume that looks like Sam, right? The new Winter Soldier, the new Falcon costume, right? I'm drawing that. What if he, and I'm just making this up, I didn't find anything out, what if he does become Captain America? What if he does have his own suit? What if, you know, he does put on the old Captain America suit? I gotta draw him again, right? So, let's just say that. What if I found a picture of someone photoshopped this suit, you know, the Captain America suit on him? I don't think it's real. But, you know, there's a lot out there. But anyway, the point is, when these aren't made yet, like the show's not done, it's hard to find good pictures for you. So I'm going with the best I can, which is the new winged suit. As like I said, as best as I possibly could. Now, here's the other thing. I want to do the wings. I don't know how much room I'm gonna have. That's off the screen. That's off the screen. Okay, so I wanted to do like the wings, or, you know, I'm still gonna do. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do them, but I wanted to do some really awesome looking wings on him, and I don't have a lot of room to do that, right? So that's the other trick, is how am I gonna draw his wings? Let me find some good pictures. And also, there aren't any good pictures. I have no good pictures of him in the perfect pose, so I'm making a lot of this up. You know what I mean? So, like, can you see his ears? Hang on a second, I'm trying to find. Yeah, because it's just goggles, just like before, so you can see his ears. So I can draw those. Gotta give him a hairline. But yeah, a lot of this is making it up, and that's really what I've been trying to say. So it took me a long story short, too late. I have to make a lot of this up. So hopefully it's close. Hopefully I got it looking like him, but like his mustache, it's hard to to please myself is really what it is, because no one, not yet at least, no one is on here saying that's not right, that doesn't look right. Everybody's pretty nice around here, and everybody, I have had some people come on and say, on different formats, not YouTube, I have people come on and say, you know, that's not right, that doesn't look like him. Sure, I get it, I get what you're saying, and a lot of times that's why I say, even to myself, I say, yeah, I can't draw it looking like, I don't know the actor's real name. I can't do that, right? That's not what I do. But hang on, let me focus real quick right here. Let me try to find a picture of his glove into his fist. Let's see, and I want him doing like that. Right. But he's got a certain, you know, power glove type kind of thing on, so I just want to make sure that I kind of leave enough room for that. But anyway, what I was trying to say is no one's really coming on here complaining that it's not right, it's not accurate. There's even been times where I'm like, I even say while I'm drawing, I was like, I don't think this is right. I don't think I'm doing this the way it's supposed to be. And luckily, no one has been, you know, cruel about it and complained much. So even if I'm not right, thank you. I know, I'm working on it. But I want to get it right. That's the other thing, is I want to try to get it as best as I can for you guys. Because also, I want to do it. It's not just for you, this is also for me. It's like, I want this to be fun to draw. I don't want to sit back here and then go, oh, I didn't do that right. Because it makes me want to do it over, you know, or it makes me want to, I'm drawing this for the fun of it, right? So I want to do it right. That's really what it comes down to. When you're drawing for yourself, you want to have fun with it, but you want to be right. You know, you don't want to draw the wrong things all the time. Okay, I think that might be good for him. What can I do for the wings? The wings are definitely 100% not going to be right. And the reason I say that is because I'm making it up. Right? I am 100% just guessing at how they look, because I've got like pictures. Do I have that one? There's a screenshot like right as he comes on screen. No, I don't have it. Darn it. Okay. That kind of shows how they look. Right? It's like it does, but it doesn't. And I wish I had it, but I'm just going to make it up for, you know, what the wings might look like. And I think that worked. And I do have them like, they're not perfectly straight across like wings. I have them a little bit, like if these were the wings, I have them a little bit in like this, right? So it's not perfectly like a line going across like a plane. I've got them kind of as if they're a flapping kind of thing, right? When I say right, like you are supposed to agree with me, I'm just telling you that's what I'm doing. So let me erase some of these sketch lines real quick, because I was real quick with it. I throw the placement lines first, and those are my sketch lines. I throw those down just to make sure I'm on the screen and don't fall off, because I want you to see the entire thing. And those are my sketch lines. And as I get more confident, I press harder, and those are the confidence lines. So I want my Sharpie to stand out, so I'm erasing lightly, and the first initial light sketch lines disappear pretty fast. The confidence lines take a little bit more pressure, and since I'm not pushing that hard, they'll stay there. And so that's what we use to guide us. So we're going to follow our confidence, get rid of our sketchiness, and that's how you live your life too. Get rid of your sketchiness, keep your confidence, and it will take you places. So I think I'm ready. I say we welcome all the skippers and get going. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but depends a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And I'm just going to jump right in with his face. He is, if this was his eyes looking right at you, he is down and over like that, just a little bit. So just imagine the entire head down and over, just slightly, all right? Now, he's got goggles on, but I do want to draw a little bit of the goggles, like you can see his eyes, and then we'll go back with color and kind of hide them and all that kind of thing. But for now, I'm going to draw the lids like this. Also, it helps with the placement, so I can see that I've got his head turned and facing the right direction. And that's so tiny. For the retina, the color part, I'm just going to do this. Same thing over here. Just a little, oops, that's a little too big over here. But let's see, I'm going to just add a little bit of pupil like that. Maybe I'll kind of extend it out like that just to kind of hide it a little bit. But the nice thing is the goggles are going to kind of fix that. I didn't intend for it to be that big, but it is, and we're going to go with it. So for the bottom of the eye, I just come in just a little bit like that, and then I hint that it's down there because I let the color take care of it, and it'll bleed at this size. It's way too small. So his brows seem to be under his goggles a little bit. So if I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like it's one piece. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the edges like this, and then connect everything. Up like that. And then, like regular goggles, you know, then we're going to kind of come up here above the bridge of the nose, come down, and up like that. So that'll help with, now there is another layer to it, that's just the glass. If we can, let's try and add another layer like that, super thin, following it. Now look, I'm trying not to touch, but it's probably going to touch. So if it does, great. If it doesn't, awesome. So leave it hollow is basically what I'm trying to say. Like that. Okay, and that side's disappearing behind the bulb, not the bulb, behind the roundness of the eye, so I'm not worried about too much about it. I'm just going to do something like that just to show that it's a layered effect piece. And same thing, try to add a little bit of depth to it. Like that, okay? If not, don't worry about it. I don't even want to add the bridge of the nose or any of that stuff. I want to leave it floating like that, and then we'll let color kind of highlight that. But again, his eyebrow is back behind that. Maybe we can see a little bit of like that, like a little bit of a furrowed brow in there like that. And then we'll do this one like that. Since I drew it high enough, I can add just a little bit. That's it. Anything else is going to bleed, so let's not go any further. For his nose, all we can really see is the round, like this, and then some of the nostril just a hair, like that. Now, a lot of times you got to be very delicate in tiny drawings like this, especially with the Sharpie, because it can bleed too much. So I think that's all I want to do for the nose. Very subtle, very light. For his mouth, I'm going to put the center of it like that. There's that. Now, he does have a mustache, so I'm going to go ahead and do that instead of a top lip. Something like this, just to kind of highlight that edge, and also, again, it helps define the top lip. And I think that's it. That's all I want to do. Maybe a little bit more on this side, just to kind of bring it down, because it's almost like a goatee, right? Almost. For the bottom lip, I'm just going to come in and do this, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw his chin now, and I'm going to start to thicken these lines up too, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm starting to match where it's going to go soon. If you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just explaining to you why I draw how I draw. Alright, so let's bring his jaw back over here. And see, I got kind of a little crooked when I was connecting right there, but that's the nice thing about when I thicken up these lines, I can kind of hide some of that stuff. So it serves two purposes. Matching that and hiding my mistakes. Alright. Okay, and so his ear, you can see like this. And you can't really see too much. All I can really do is kind of do something like this, just to kind of accent that, you know, there are parts there. There's more to his ear, but I can't really draw them all. Okay, and there's the edges of his goggles. So now I'm going to draw his head. And again, remember, he's turned slightly like this. So the edge of his head, I'm going to do it back like this. And I like it, so I'm gonna go ahead and match it from the other side here, just to see if I got a good shape going. And it looks good to me. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna try to round it out a little bit more. I've got a little pointy here on top, and so again, that's why it helps for me to thicken my lines up to kind of match and fix anything. He's got a nice hairline. I'm just gonna kind of draw it in here like this. Cool. I'm very happy with that. I say we get going. He does have, let's draw like the bridge, like that. That's it. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the other Sharpie now. So here, we're going to play with the costume as best I can, because again, I'm going by subtle pictures that I can find online, and there's not a lot. So, he's got like, let's see, his neck is kind of, I got him kind of hunched over a little bit, so his neck is covered up by his costume. Like this, and then shoulders where his wings are attached to his pack. His shoulder, not pads, but I guess so, right? I guess that would be shoulder pad. And they're strapped and going across underneath his armpit. So I've got this armpit sketch, so I'm gonna go ahead and just draw where they are. That way I can also kind of design or keep it all together, keep it all unique. Something like that. So, again, I've already sketched it out, so that's why it's just kind of floating and I know exactly where it's going to go. So don't pressure yourself about the places that where you put things, because, like I said, mine's been specifically planned, so I know where it's going. All right. Okay, now his costume does have like a cool pattern into it, but a lot of it would look good with color. I'm going to do the middle point, and then the rest I'll do with color. So, that being said, let me draw his shoulders and all that stuff, and then we'll add that point. But that's what I'm saying, all the cool pattern in it, I'm going to wait for color to do that, okay? So I'm going to draw this shoulder, and I've got this arm up, so I can only go so far with this shoulder, or with this arm, because now I got to start on the forearm. So I'm going to come in here and do this. Here's his glove, coming up like this to his wrist. And let me draw the underarm so you see what I'm talking about. So here, his underside of his arm, like that. And his sleeve is pushed up, so that's why I did that little bump right there. A lot of times I do these bumps just to add accent, to make it look like material is creased and folded and bent. So you know, it may look like I have a shaky hand, but a lot of times I'm kind of planning that the sleeves are supposed to be doing this or doing that and that kind of thing. Okay? See, it's bent up. That's what I was talking about. That's why I kind of can only draw so much, and then I have to draw what's in front. His hand's in a fist, but I guess like this, right? You can't see the back of it. So I'm going to draw the back of his hand. Here's his pinky. Right into his meat of his hand. His thumb is in front, so I'm going to draw this finger, the ring finger, and then the thumb is in front of everything else, okay? And plus, you can't really see everything. We're going to say the is a little bit up like that, so that's why it's kind of up above the rest of them. So that's what's giving us that look. Okay. But again, most of the time like this, when you're working with gloves and stuff like that, especially very heavily designed costume gloves, a lot of this disappears with the detail they put in there anyway, you know, so there's not a lot you really need to worry about. It's got some cool designs, you know, I'll give it that, but again, there's a lot in there that kind of gets lost if you try to do everything. So, you know, there's only so much we can do anyway. But a lot of times too, I like to say this, the overall, the big picture. Now that you look at it, you see it's his hand and he's holding it up. You don't look at it and say, that doesn't look like a hand. It looks maybe like that, it would look kind of weird, but altogether it fits. Now, see how thick these lines are and see how thin that is? That's what I'm talking about when I say I try to thicken my line up. You don't have to do this, but now that I see it, I want to go back and thicken up something just a little bit, just to match, just to try and make it look consistent. You know, that's all. Again, if you're working with pencil, don't worry about doing this. I'm just matching my lines, my outer lines. It kind of helps to keep it cohesive and all together, right? Looks good to me. Okay, so there's his collar. Okay, let's draw his other arm, and then I can draw that point that I was talking about because it hits his shoulders, so I want to make sure that I draw the shoulders to give him that access point. All right, so we're going to draw a shoulder down into a bicep, like that, and this arm is kind of thrown back, right? Almost like he's about to throw a punch, and this arm is swinging way back. Okay, and there's his sleeve rolled up like that. So let's go ahead and draw that. Okay, and so then I'm going to draw his wrist into his glove. Right, and then his fist. Now, his fist is pretty much just going to be like this. There's not too much we can really see. We're just going to see like the shape and maybe a little bit of the bumps of the knuckles. But see what I'm talking about? If you're just to draw that, it looks a little strange, a little weird. So maybe we'll turn it a little bit so you can see at least the fingers. But if you just drew that with like lumps, it might not look exactly like a hand. So why not twist it, right? So let's just draw the outer of the hand, the thumb coming in like this, into the fingers. So something like that. Now see, even that looks a little odd. So you just kind of come back in and fix it and say, well, we're going to do this. That thumb is around, but there's the edge of it there. There's the knuckles, because he does have those kind of, those little knuckle duster, what do you call it? Just those little round knuckle things, you know, that kind of have that accent on gloves. But maybe we can do like that for the thumb, just to kind of show that, yeah, it's a stitched glove, and so it does have material and stuff like that we can say is kind of has a stitching, right? Maybe just do little stuff like that just to kind of accent and make it stand out, you know. But again, like I was talking about on the other gloves, sometimes there's too much. You can't do all that stuff because it would just get too busy, right? Like this, we can kind of have some fun and show it like it's a glove, a good natured glove. Now, so for his costume, let me find a good picture. This is what I'm talking about. He's got, ooh, and that's really cool too. I kind of want to put those in there. Well, I'll do it afterwards. He's got like this top part. So there's a triangle right here that I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is going to come down here to the triangle, and it's like that. And then it comes down, probably a bigger point than that. It comes down like this. And these lines are going to go all the way across. Now, there's more lines in here that are red, like gray and red, but I want to do that with color. So, all I'm going to do is bring this up and bring it over to his shoulder like that. So again, I just wanted to do it like this so I could accent it on his shoulders. And that's also why I wanted to draw his shoulders first, so I can get that placement right. Okay, so again, there is a lot more in here, but maybe I could do these lines right here. How about if we do this? Let's bring this over. And I probably should have connected that line right there, so let's go ahead and do it like that, just to say that that's where it's going. So this is going to be colored, and at least we separated that, but that's all I want to do, because anything else is going to be a little too much, or a little too dark with black, like it needs to be done with color. For his belt, all right, I got a picture of him walking, like that very first picture in the trailer. Okay, that looks like that, then. I don't have a lot of good pictures, that's a problem. It's a lot of guessing. Okay, let's draw his belt, and then I can build off of that, okay? So, belt. It's gonna be like this. Something here like this. And then, what do you call it? Packs, you know, where they carry stuff. Pouches. Oh my gosh, I couldn't think of the word pouches. That's how old I'm getting. That's how much of an old man I am. Pouches on the sides of his belt, where he carries his chips and his fruit juice and snacks and stuff like that, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of detail because it's mostly just material, stuff like that, except for whatever these little packs are. It's mostly just material, so I'm not going to worry too much about all the detail. But it's kind of like I feel like with the gloves. We don't need to draw all that detail. All right, and I do have him crunched just a little bit. So for his back, I'm going to come up like this, and I've got his front going in, then back out, right? So that way he's crunched at the abs. His front half is bent over like that. So we're giving more of a kind of an action vibe, you know, a little movement. A little movement with his positioning. That's what I'm going for. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here with his little accent to his costume. We're bending it right here at the waist to kind of give it, again, a crease and crunch for his movement, right? There we go. He looks really wrinkly right now. Once we get color in there, maybe it'll work a little bit better. But right now, all my lines are very wrinkly. He's a very wrinkly man. So, he does have guns. He does have blasters, whatever you want to call them. I don't think Disney wants to call them guns, but hey, it's Marvel. And so that's what they call them. So I'm going to draw like a holster over here. And it's connected to his leg. Something like this. I'm not going to close it off yet. I want to make sure. I think that's where the sketch is, where it goes. But I just want to make sure if I got to come out further, I can. Because his guns are in holsters, we're going to say that this is all you can see of them, right? Because, I mean, you can't see a gun inside of a holster. It's literally holstered, right? That's where that word comes from. But it's concealed is basically what I'm trying to say. You can't see all of it. So just, we kind of imply that there's weapons inside there, you know? Okay, there's the side, and then that's going to bring his leg down to here. He's got a knee pad down to his belt, his boot edge. So I'm going to go and draw the knee pad, bring the leg up, and that looks about right. See, that's what I wanted to make sure, that it feels like it needs to come out a little bit more. So that's why I wanted to make sure I didn't close it off yet. Okay, same thing. I'm going to come back down this way for his other one, and so let's draw the edge of it back here because it's kind of behind this leg, but I got to make sure I leave room for the holster, right? So you're going to say that's on that side, and that's all you can see of that one. And again, let me try to find a good picture, make sure I'm not missing too much. Yeah, just pants and boots and that's it. So, again, I'm going to draw the holster attached up here. So it's over this leg, connected to that, coming in like this. That looks about right, but I think I need to go further down. That looks right. Close it off. And I pretty much need to do it like that anyway. It's got to be on the outside of the leg. So I can do this, come down here. Do that for the knee pad, big old bumpity knee pad, coming out like this. and going down to the boot. Something like that. Okay, let me add some detail. I'm just kind of jumping all around here with the thick lines. Okay, so we'll say some kind of attachment here. Don't know what, but that's where it attaches. It's tech, you know. It's the old what do you call it? Stark Tech. He paid for all their suits. He designed them, so his designer is the one who, I guess, is Jarvis, right? Who actually made all their suits? Okay, because here's the thing. Think about this. Kudos to Marvel, you know, because you make to make these movies, someone actually does design all this stuff, and it looks good and it's consistent. It looks, you know, like it's all from the same world. But again, it also does look like it's all from the same designer. So, and I'm sure it was, you know, that's what I'm saying, is like whoever really designed this stuff at the Marvel Studios did a great job, but it does look consistent across the board. So, are we going to say that Jarvis designed everything? You know, since it is like Stark who put all the money into costumes and stuff like that. Is this Jarvis's, I don't want to say his tech, but his design? I mean, at that point, visions, you know what I mean? I don't know what I did there. I went for something crazy and I might have gone too far, but we're going to keep going. We're going to do it over here. But I was trying to go for more of a subtle knee pad, but I kind of did this weird, I almost went too far. So let's do it like this. Because I was trying to design it to look like it's part of the costume, you know? But it looks almost too I don't know. It's going to be colored in anyway, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Sorry, I'm going on and on too much about the Jarvis designs. The Jarvis line. Okay, so for his legs, he's got some armor here. Like that. And we'll do it on this side too, just to keep it consistent. Something like that. Again, I'll add some detail in a second. And then some armored shoes. Front view. I guess this is going to come down to the heel. Something like that. I'll add some detail, and then we're going to do the wings. So I think I'm going to get a ruler for this. So go grab a ruler. We'll wait for you. Okay, go grab a ruler right now. Press pause and go grab a ruler. Okay, good to see you. Glad you're back. If you didn't have time to press pause, do it again. Glad to see you. Glad you're back. I love doing that. Because it takes no time in me, you know. Okay, and let's do something like this. There you go. So I think that's it for the suit. Let's draw some wings. And this is all, well, maybe I don't. Maybe we don't want to draw with a ruler. Let's do it by hand. Let's do it by hand. Because I do want them a little almost like well, it's mechanical, right? But it's also let's just draw. Again, I'm horrible with words. I want it to be there is some kind of mech in the wing type kind of thing. So I'm just gonna do something like this. Like that, and that's one end. It's gonna do something like that. And I do have them also kind of bent in like this too, because I'm doing them kind of like V flaps. They're not straight across like just plain wings, right? I don't have them doing that. Something like this, and then I'm going to kind of, and I do see some kind of strange stuff in there. Like, I don't know what it is, but we're gonna do something like this. And then I'm gonna add the edges. Now, I'm eyeballing this because I just wanted to do something like this to keep it looking like a wing. And then I'm coming back in and I'm just going to bring it in. Okay? Now, we can add detail, but mostly color is going to do it. But I'm going to add just a few lines, and color really is what I really want to like make look the cool shape. So I'm just going to kind of come in here and do this. And see how it doesn't quite hit like I did right there? That's okay. I wish it did, but I'm okay that it doesn't, you know? It's like, let's come up with some crazy stuff here. And then this one, let's do like real wings, like it's gonna say like another set going out like this. You know, but again, it's going to be all done with color and tech and all that stuff. So this is all we're going to do, just to try to make it look kind of like a tech wing, you know. But that's roughly what I want to do for taking a guess at what his wings might look like. So I'm going to do the same thing out here. I'm going to come over here to this. I'm going to kind of try to do the same thing, but I'm okay if it's not exactly the same, you know. I'm gonna come in and do whatever that weird little design was that did right there. Because, oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Some kind of weird little mech look, right? Because that was kind of the whole idea behind this, is that it's built by these mechanical looking things that ooh, I gotta stop there because I'm gonna fall off the page, aren't I? That kind of function, you know? And then same thing, I'm a puller more than I am a pusher. So that's why I like to go to where it is and then draw it. And look how this one's thicker than that one. Oh well, I'm okay with that. And again, let's do some kind of, you know, something like that, and just draw a few lines. Again, this is not the major part, so if you don't want to do this, if you think this doesn't look right, don't draw it. You know, draw what you like. Because this isn't right. This is me just kind of making up, yeah, what if it had a line like this? What if it was doing that, you know? Okay, and so the last thing, real fast, real quick, at the very end, we're just going to add some kind of mechanical design to this. And I don't even think I'm going to get it right the exact same way I did before. Like, I don't know what I did over there. I'm just going to make something up, you know? Again, just to say that it's that's how the mechanics of it work. And I don't understand it, I don't get it, but that's how it is. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the Falcon from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.